Oreguru Season 3. This is what happened when an antisocial kid joins a service club with girls Part 3. At the end of their visit to Kasai Rinkai Park, Hachiman ponders how he, Yukino, and Yui will find a genuine solution to the challenges they face with their relationship. After buying them drinks and chatting about Yui's cookies, Hachiman prompts Yukino to tell him and Yui her request. Yukino explains that she wants to strike her own path in life instead of following in the footsteps of her parents and sister. Her request is that Hachiman and Yui support her in her endeavors to become a more capable, independent person. To this end, Yukino resolves to move out of her apartment and back to her family home and smooth things over with her family. After Saki and Kika leave, Hachiman and Komichi go on a shopping trip before returning home. Komichi insists on organizing the house and doing chores to make up for her inability to do so while she was studying for her exams. As Hachiman purchases a Max coffee from a vending machine next to Sobu High School, he runs into Hayato, who overtly asks about Komichi's entrance exams while covertly asking about how things are going between Hachiman and Yukino. Hachiman has an extended flashback to the events of 2 nights before, as Haruno greets him, Yukino, and Yui at the entrance to Yukino's apartment. As Haruno reclines on the couch drinking champagne, Yukino declares that she wishes to move home to sort things out with her family. Haruno is surprised by this request but agrees to help Yukino, before asking Yukino if she can move into her apartment while Yukino is living at the family home. Just as they are settling in, the student council president Iroha comes in carrying a laptop, projector, and projector screen. The 4 of them sit down to watch a foreign TV drama episode featuring a prom. Iroha then explains that she wishes to organize a prom for the current graduating class in order to lay the groundwork for Iroha to be able to attend and be prom queen at a prom when she graduates. After Hachiman asks if Tatsuka is free to hang out with him anytime soon, he receives a text from Komichi. Immediately afterwards, Saki dashes out of the classroom and Hachiman and Saika follow. They arrive at the front of the school, where the results of the SPU high school admission exams have been posted. Komichi rushes up to Hachiman, tearfully telling him that she was accepted to the school. Arriving at the student council room to help with prom planning, Hachiman is surprised to see Yui helping out as well, and notes Iroha's seeming lack of involvement as she stands by the kettle while Yukino and Yui brainstorm their ideas on the whiteboard. The commotion of the video extras chatting in the gym is interrupted by the arrival of Yukino, whose beauty leaves everyone in the room awestruck. Iroha, her dance partner, teases Yukino and walks arm in arm with her, making Yukino nervous. Hachiman, Yukino, Yui, and Iroha review and screen photos from the prom promotion session while reflecting on the success of the event, in generating positive opinions towards holding a prom. When Hachiman begins to consider the next steps in planning the prom, Yukino reiterates that she and Iroha are capable of planning the event without the help of Hachiman and Yui, reaffirming her desire to exercise independence in planning the prom. As Hachiman and Yui leave, he proposes that the 2 of them go shopping for a gift for Komichi to congratulate her on passing the SPU high school entrance exam. They decide to visit Lalaport Tokyo Bay, a nearby shopping center. Once there, Hachiman spots a Max coffee-themed vending machine and gushes about it to a somewhat bemused Yui. As Yui ponders where and how they could prepare a homemade cake for Komichi, she receives a line message from Iroha panicking that the prom is at serious risk of being cancelled. Without hesitation, Hachiman calls Shizuka and asks to come and help. Yui encourages Hachiman to return to school and he does so quickly and proceeds to the staff room. Shizuka briefs him on the school administration's intent to let the students voluntarily cancel the prom and Yukino's situation. With the overview of the problem in mind, Hachiman formulates his plan. At the student council room, Yukino's actions indirectly imply that she still refuses help from Hachiman but briefs him of their current plan regardless. Hachiman refutes that their plans would work under normal circumstances and offers to help once again. Yukino still refuses and Hachiman decides to settle the matter by challenging her to a showdown. Yukino accepts Hachiman's challenge as Iroha could only watch as the 2 banter and set the terms of the showdown. Iroha catches up with Hachiman and is upset with the resulting showdown between Hachiman and Yukino. After Hachiman buys drinks for both of them, at Iroha's insistence, they exchange apologies and Iroha reveals her real reason why she wants to have a prom. At the Hikigaya residence, Hachiman and Komichi have a talk over what their respective plans at their schools. Hachiman then shows her the social media post of the prom at his school to an excited Kamachi, while internally admitting that it could get cancelled and doesn't know what to do about it yet. At school, Hachiman reveals to Yui his plans for the prom and his showdown with Yukino. Yui then decides to assist Hachiman on his plans for the prom as they enter the classroom. Hachiman and Yui then proceeds to the Labo Internet Cafe to research references they can use for their counter-prom. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more anime recaps. At the gaming club room, Yashiteru introduces Sagami's brother and Hitano, who are both members of the gaming club, to Hachiman and Yui. Hachiman immediately cuts to the chase and tells them of his plan to make a dummy prom. They got the impression that Hachiman is crazy. With Yui's assistance, they agreed to help Hachiman with his plan. Back at gaming club room, Hachiman's group proceed to set up the logo and social media page for the joint prom. Yashiteru also brings his camera at Hachiman's request and proposes the name, Sobu High School Prom the Psycho Project, as the name for the joint prom. On his way to the soccer field, Hachiman sees Yukino and talks to her. They have their usual banter and discuss their progress on their respective proms. Yui soon joins them and she tells her that she is helping Hachiman. Hayato clarifies Hachiman's request and confirms with him that he is planning a dummy prom, to which Hachiman confirms. Hayato rejects Hachiman's request as the captain committee has already agreed to assist the student council, and also rejects helping him personally. Their talk then shifts to helping Yukino, to which Hayato criticizes and questions Hachiman's method. Hachiman simply replies a man's pride, but also slips out codependent. Hachiman goes to the service club and finds Yukino looking out the window. Hachiman tells her that Yukino's prom was approved. They debate on who actually won the showdown all the way to the wording of the terms they agreed on, but no winner has been decided. Yukino then tearfully told Hachiman that she had fun in the service club and wants to end their fake relationship. In the end, Hachiman admits defeat and asks for Yukino's wish. Yukino asks Yui's wish to be granted, Hachiman agrees, and leaves the room. At the Hikigaya residence, Kamachi notices Hachiman spacing out and asks if something happened. Hachiman responds that he is unable to tell her until it's all over. Their discussion shifts to a planned celebration. At school, Hachiman messages Yui to meet up with him even though they are both inside the classroom. As Yumiko looks on, Yui scolds Hachiman and they both leave together. After their graduation ceremony, Hachiman and Yui proceed to the student council room to personally say goodbye to Meg Yuri. After Meg Yuri leaves, Yui and Iroha caught Hachiman's sniff and wonders if he likes Meg Yuri. Hachiman responds that if there are people who don't like her, but Iroha is still annoyed and assigns a little job for Hachiman. Preparations for the prom are underway at the Sobu High Gymnasium. Iroha assigns roles to everyone involved. Yukino is in charge of things in general, Iroha is the MC and sound system works. Yui is on reception desk duties and Hachiman is sound assistant in case Iroha is busy. As Hachiman gives a headphone to Iroha from Yukino, Iroha comments on their talk without a need for an interpreter anymore. Iroha also offered Hachiman, Yukino, and Yui a position in the student council, but Hachiman responds he will think about it with an open mind. With the prom finished, everyone gathered at the conference room. Hachiman meets up with Haruno and questions him of her earlier statements. Haruno responds that Yukino's wish is an act of compensation and tells him how she sees the relationship with the three of them and Hachiman, can only ask her to stop internally of course, and admits he is aware of that. Haruno reminds him once again that he can't get drunk, and as she leaves, she wonders if anything genuine exists. At Sobu High School, the graduation concludes and Yui is waiting for Hachiman by the shoe locker room, and they walk together to Nakatakahama Park. At the park, Yui questions Hachiman if he is okay with how things are and urges him think about it and answer properly. Hachiman responds and Yui comes to a realization and tells Hachiman her wish. Hachiman complies and resolves to be better. At Inajiritsu Bridge, Hachiman and Yukino walk together and discuss what transpired during the meeting, including her surprise that her mother agreed with the joint prom. Yukino questions Hachiman's actions and what happened to Yui's wish. Hachiman responds that his actions are part of Yui's wish and gives further explanation. He continues to argue that he and Yukino have poor communication skills and would not be able to get back together if they drifted apart. Hearing this, Yukino responds she is different and trying to improve her communication skills and tries to leave in a hurry. Yukino asks for his life as she clings to him while they hold hands, and she and Hachiman become a couple. At the service club room, Hachiman and Yukino discuss the challenges for the joint prom. Hachiman is reluctant to ask Yui for help, but Yukino plans to talk to her soon. For the venue, since the prom involves multiple schools, they look into a Neji seaside park if it's a viable location, and they decide to inspect it personally tomorrow, which is also a holiday. Hachiman and Yukino are finishing up the paperwork from the joint prom. Yukino invites Hachiman to come over for dinner tomorrow in her home at her mother's request. Hachiman tries to decline, but Yukino nonchalantly tells him the schedule of everyone he knows, effectively shooting down every excuse he can think of. Kamachi then enters the room and asks to join the club. Yukino welcomes her and Hachiman tells her the club doesn't exist anymore and are not recruiting members. Then Iroha also enters the room while catching her breath and presents them with an approved club application for the service club, with Kamachi as president and Hachiman and Yukino are members. As the reformed service club prepares for its first request, Hachiman thought to himself, my teen romantic comedy is wrong, as I expected. Thanks for watching all the way through. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more anime recaps.